The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and the nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Who I am is fine with me.
Hi everybody, it's Maria from What's a Story with Maria. How's it going? Oh my God, we are crawling to the end of the year. We are literally, it's like sliding into home, but we got stuck. We got stuck between third base and home base. And that's how I feel this week. I've been feeling really like kind of just stopped it, in my tracks a little bit. But so I got a feedback there, Leo. Is there?
Yep, we're on all channels. We are full blast on radio, YouTube, Facebook. What's the Story with Maria, Leo Rodriguez? We are on all sites.
Oh my God! So my sidekick, Leo Rodriguez. There he is. How cute is Leo?
Hi.
Leo, you're dressed tonight. It must be cold where you are.
It is 30 degrees in Idlewild, California, 5,000 feet above the sea with about 3 feet of snow on the ground. Okay.
Wow.
I'm a man. I exaggerate about size. It may be one.
Now, that's what's so crazy about California. But then if you go to Palm Springs, you're telling me that it's warm?
Oh, yeah. In Palm Springs, it's probably about 20 degrees warmer. It may be rainy, though.
Wow.
And then in Hemet, which is down northwest of me, it is usually 10 degrees from what it is here. So if it's 30 here, it's probably about 40, 45 down in Hemet.
Wow. Okay, so Barry Silver says, hi, Maria. Hi, Barry. Barry is a sweetheart. He's in Florida. Bill Goffey says Leo has clothes on. That's what I said. I said, wow, it must be cold there. Leo has
well, of course, you can only see.
See, that's the beauty of Zoom or StreamYard.
I learned that from Mr. Goffey.
From the chest up. Yeah, I had a chat with Mr. Goffey today.
No,
it was fine. It was fine. I didn't have to yell at him at all.
He wasn't on the ledge?
What?
He wasn't on the ledge?
No, he wasn't on the ledge at all. He's fine. He's fine. I couldn't believe it. I know. So, anyway, what I was going to say is, so Leo, you're in one of those places where you get all kinds of weather. Now, speaking of Palm Springs, our friend Paul Bar at Palm Springs, they are closed. I saw it on their page today. They are closed for New Year's Eve, and they're not going to open till January 3rd. So if you're in the Palm Springs area and you normally go to Paul Bar, our friend Paul O'Halloran, they are closed until at least the 3rd. Check their website.
Yeah, so Miss Rachel Lansing, if you're in Palm Springs, don't go to Paul Bar.
Don't go to Paul Bar. Yes, sometimes Rachel pops on. So we got, there's literally, it's moment to moment anywhere in the U.S., and New York is no exception. We're doing our thing. We're going to work, everything. Like I was on the subway today, packed. Everybody was masked, though. Everybody was masked. Like there was not one person that wasn't. And nobody complained about it. I was working in Bryant Park for Terry Ross. I'll be there Thursday as well. And Bryant Park was packed.
Wow.
There's people are out. They're spending money.
It's packed up here. I mean, it's different. In New York, people say snow, and everybody goes, oh, great. Okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to fix it? In California, people say snow, and they're like, oh, my God. Snow falls from the sky. I can touch it. I can feel it. And they all drive up in their little cars.
How
they
cute.
Park and they leave. It's kind of cute, but it gets a little much sometimes. Usually Big Bear, they have a more skiing and stuff. We don't have that here. We're a little bit of a small town mountain, but we still get people that just go like, oh my God.
Yeah, but I love snow. I never get... Look, I grew up in Massachusetts. It snowed every other day, I swear to God. Like in May, one year, and I remember it specifically because it was my Holy Communion. I was probably 7 or 8, and it snowed in May. And I kept thinking, oh my God, next week is my Holy Communion. Is there going to be snow on the ground? So, that's where I grew up. So there was always snow. But I love it. I love the cold. I love the snow.
I love it too, because then you do get to dress in layers and fashionably.
Yes, you do. You get to look like Peter Feliciano when he was on our show.
Oh. But then this is the first year that I've had a car in the snow.
Right.
So get a car, they said, Leo. It'll be fine, Leo.
They said. But you've been doing great, Leo. Leo, guess who just joined us? Jill Anderson. Jill, how did you know I've been thinking about you and thinking about you and thinking about you this week? I love Jill Anderson.
I haven't sang with Jill forever.
I know. And you know what? I was going to try to have my musician party this year. I thought it was getting better. This was about around Thanksgiving. And then I was like, nah, I guess it's not going to be this year. I know, honey. I miss you too. I might have to drive out that way and we might have to hang out. And I got your Christmas card. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. The Anderson girls are now young adults. I knew them when they were little peanuts. It's crazy.
Isn't it great to watch kids grow?
Yeah. And, Leo, you teach kids. It's amazing what you do. Shall we talk? Hi, Jeannie Craigie. Town moderator of Stoneham, Massachusetts. Alana Diaz. Hello, Maria.
Oh, Alana, go boom.
At Stonewall Dave. Owen and I give you our love, and I give you mine. What a crew.
Alana, go boom.
Alana, go boom. That is Alana's Venmo. I was just talking about you, Alana, how much I love working with you.
That's right, your ears were burning.
Jeannie Craigie, so good to see you. I've been thinking about you and Stoneham, and because I was home for Christmas and driving through the square and how beautiful everything looks. It really looks nice there. Okay, so let's talk about our merchandise. We have amazing merchandise, and we have an item that we've added. But let's talk about the other stuff first. So, Leo,
I don't know. It's still on April. I know we're only in January.
Alana, I don't know if you know about this, our new calendar. And Jill, I don't know if you know about our new calendar.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so we have a calendar for the show called Nothing But the Apron. Why is it called Nothing But the Apron?
Can I show them January? It's January. Can I show them January?
Yes, you can. Jeannie Craigie knows it. So that is Kristen Piero, our friend who's a regular on the show. He is dressed as Baby New Year. But Jill goes, oh, I knew. Jill is, she is she's a lawyer. So she knows many things. She knows many, many things. Kate Greer, did you know? I don't know if you knew. Alana? Anyway, so we have this amazing calendar. We got 12 people, actually 13, because 1 month, September, which is the month we can't show you.
You got a baker's dozen.
Yeah, we got 2 models. Let's call them models. But Kristen Piero is our first, because he was my first guest on the show. Plus, he's such a kook, which I love, like me.
He's cute.
Oh, he's adorable. He's Baby New Year there.
With or without the pacifier.
And Jill, Jay Rivera, who is your singing partner many a time, is Mr. April. Leo literally burst into flames when I sent him.
I have a 12-month calendar. It's going to be stuck on April.
I know. But anyway, so if you are interested in a calendar, please let me know. I will mail it out to you. Or if you're in the city, I'll deliver it to you. Or Jersey. You know what? That might be a great excuse to drive out to Jersey. Which sometimes on Saturday I do because I teach a class on Saturday in Morristown. So I can meet up with people. It is so much fun. It's a lot. We got
another one. We got another volunteer for next year.
Who's that?
Kenney Green. I need to
Kenney, would you post for the calendar? Oh, my God. We're going to bring Kenney on really soon. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. We have to talk to him about posing. Yes, Kenney, you can.
You should have the apron on to see, like, an audition, I think. Right?
Well, we already 4 people have signed up for next year. So the months are filling up. But Kenney, yes, absolutely. So our calendar, it's wonderful. It's 12 months. It's $15. Literally just covering costs. That's it. There's not a dime of profit on this. It's just covering costs. We don't care. We're just having fun.
Kate, #Baker's Dozen, and Kate, I agree because they're hashtags Baker's Dozen might refer to buns, just saying.
Oh! Speaking of buns, our guest that was on our show last week, Mario Cantone, that was an amazing and funny. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. But
he's so funny.
I know, he's so funny. Leo, and you know what I loved? I watched it 3 times. Sometimes I miss some of the stuff you say because I'm talking as well, because you know me, I never shut up. But then when I went back, I couldn't stop laughing because you say some pretty funny things. So I just wanted to say. Anyway,
Mario chuckled a little bit at one of the things.
Yes, and Mario loves you. He told me to tell you he really
I have tamales for him.
You. Okay, for $10 you can get our Go Ahead Keep Eating tote bag. You can use this every day. It won't go to waste. We have our mug. $10. What's the story with Maria? Look at that. You get a much younger version of me.
Maria's mug and a mug.
Okay, and then go ahead, keep eating. So you'll get that for $10. Can't beat that. And then, of course, our piece de resistance, our apron, which is, we have sold more aprons than anything else. So that's what started the nothing but the apron, because people started sending me pictures of themselves with just the apron. Michael,
from what I understand, hot models wear this apron.
I know. And oh my God, look, it's Rena Cugnelli-Bergi, my cousin from Massachusetts. Her husband is Mr. February, our postman, Ron Berge. He is now famous. Christopher Crosby, so good to see you the other night, Maria. Glad to be tuning back in. Yes, Christopher Crosby, handsome as all get out, and he's Scottish. So he has that sexy, sexy Scottish accent. Christopher, maybe we can get you to post for the calendar as well next year.
It'll have to be not only, but it will be an audio calendar. So when we go to his page, we can hear
You can hear his delicious accent. So you see, this is Michael Vaccaro. He is Mr. March. Things like that. And then some months get a little racy. I'm not going to show you those months.
I can. You know what? You can show them the Miss Jackson shot in August if you'd like to.
Oh, yeah. Leo is Miss August. I mean, Mr. August.
Well,
Kate Career, how much is the calendar? It's $15, honey.
$15.
A mere 15. Comes to about $112 a month. Okay, right? Something like that.
Operators are standing by.
Yeah, 120. It's not 120. Yeah, 20. Okay, so let's find Leo's, which is Mr.
August.
Leo is Mr. August.
Leo's.
Look how cute he is. Leo is wearing nothing but the apron and showing off his mug that I sent him, the accidental stage manager. There he is.
There it is.
Okay, so a lot of our people, I'm in, says Kate. Kate, I will deliver it to your door. Okay, so we have a lot of our friends have tuned in. We were hoping you would be here. Now, I got a confession to make.
Oh.
You should get Joe Gullo to pose next year, Kate. You know what? Not a bad idea. So I'm already up to 4 people that are signed up for next year. And then now Kenney Green. So maybe, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Okay, so I have a confession to make. You know me, I'm a very positive person. I'm always looking on the bright side of life. I'm always finding the silver lining. That's really me. Even as a kid, I was that kid. But I got to tell you, today I was not feeling that. And we were approaching our show, and I usually tell Leo the day before who our guests are. I didn't have any guests. I was really, really feeling very sad, very apathetic about the end of the year, and I just thought, okay, we'll do a year in review, because I like to do that anyway. And I was going to work at the Terry Ross booth today, because I'm working Thursday as well. Terry Ross sells jewelry. She's my friend. And I just was feeling really down in the dumps. And then I was looking on Facebook, and my friend, Kenney M. Green, posted this really cool thing on his wall about Broadway. And all of a sudden, I felt like this jolt of hopefulness go through me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to call Kenney and see if he can be on our show, because I kind of need Kenney Green. And he was nice enough to say yes, drop what he's doing. So I personally have him on the show because I need him on the show, because he's so positive and sweet and smart. He's a musical director. He is a pianist. He is a trumpet player. I don't know if you know that, but I know that because he told me. He's a trumpet player. He works at all the clubs. He travels all around the country on tour, he does amazing things. There he is, Kenney M. Green. So, Leo, oh my God, he's so fun. Kenney, I never saw that picture of you. That is so funny. But, so if you want to find out about, what's the name of the website, Leo? Is it Kenney M. Green? Okay, there it is. Kenney Green. So Kenney is KENNEY, green, like the color.com. And you can see what all the great stuff that Kenney is doing. So we have him on our show tonight. He has been waiting in the green room. Leo, do we have Kenney M. Green? Oh my God. There he is in all his beautifulness. Hi, honey. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm so much better after I saw your post.
Oh.
And I was like, stop, get out of this dark place.
Well, because it's easy to get into the dark place. And especially after the 2 years that we've had, it's quite easy to get into the dark place. And I felt that enough negativity is out there surrounding, and enough fear surrounding, the new variant, the this, that, and after the year and a half, 2 years that we've had, of course, everybody's going to get scared. Hey, Richard, everybody's going, that people will get into their feelings. But we also have to remember the positive. And so that post that I posted about Broadway was in like the third day of a show. Some show just had cancellations. And I think it was like the fifth or sixth show total that there were cancellations. And something just told me, go to Playbill. It literally, sometimes the answer's in front of your nose.
Yeah.
And I literally just woke up and went to Playbill that day, and I went, well, how many shows are running?
Right.
Out of the 30 Broadway shows, all of them are running. They're not closed yet.
Right.
They are running.
Right.
With cancellations.
Right.
Thank you so much, Leo. And the whole schedule's up there. All you have to do is just look through and see it. So, especially within the industry, people are like, oh my God, Broadway's dying. It's doomsday for Broadway. What does this mean? Broadway opened too soon. The fact of the matter is, and I know I'm talking a lot.
No, I want you to talk a lot. I need you to talk a lot.
Yeah, well, the fact of the matter is, especially for newer shows, and our good friend David Foley.
Yes, who we love.
We love David. Dave posted this as well, and I totally agree. A lot of our newer shows that had closed, yes, the COVID had hit them, and they had to do the proper protocols per Actors Equity Association and as Stage Directors Union, which means, you have to start removing people in isolations and all the things that you have to do. But those newer shows, especially ones that were in previews, their understudies and their swings have not even had their first day of rehearsal yet.
Wow.
Because normally that doesn't happen until after the show opens properly.
Right.
So they haven't had so that's why the cancellations are happening.
Yes, but okay, what you're saying is absolutely true, but here's the bright side of other stuff. There are other shows where understudies got to go on.
Correct.
And they were brilliant. And then I remember many, many years ago, so I'm talking like in the 90s, I saw Sunset Boulevard, right? And I went to see Glenn Close. And that particular night, she was out. And her understudy was on, and I thought, oh, come on, I want to see Glenn Close. And her understudy was Darren Mason, who I know ended up being so amazing that I was blown away. And I went back and saw Sunset Boulevard again with Glenn Close, and I gotta say, she was great, but I missed Karen Mason's performance. Had that not happened, I would not have seen the understudy, who ended up actually being a friend. And I just think she's great. So there's a lot of understudies that would not normally get to go on that have gotten to go on.
Exactly. And made history come from away. Their
I love that show.
Story. Yeah, it's a great show, and it is so intricate. It is so difficult, really, for any understudy or swing to go in. Well, not a couple days ago, every single lead was a swing.
No.
Yes, was a swing and an understudy, including the female lead who was out doing the tour and just happened to be home in New York on vacation, and they called her in to play the lead.
Come on.
That night, everybody on the show was a swing.
Wow. So I want to say hi to my cousin Cora Gothier, who's just popped on, who is, I love to pieces. So hi, Cora. Liz Goldenberg said, shows that had national tours also were able to draw from actors who had been on tours. Longer running shows have depth of actors with experience in the shows. Thank you, Liz. Absolutely.
Correct. Which is why you're not going to see, like, unfortunately, somebody just put Music Man. Yes, Music Man has a cancellation, but, yes, Hugh has COVID. But I know for a fact, his standby, Max Clayton, who has just been waiting to become a leading man, gets to go on for Hugh Jackman.
Wow.
And that's amazing. And the show will go on January 2nd with Max Clayton.
Yes. Gene Simpson Dunn said, I had the experience with Beautiful in Chicago. The understudy was fantastic, and her parents sat right behind us. It was amazing. Absolutely. And look, in order to be Kenny, you know, you're a director, you're a musical director, you've done it all. In order for someone to be an understudy, you have to be really good and really on the ball. You have to know all your stuff.
You do, and most of it is your own homework. Because again, you don't get to rehearse. The joy of having a rehearsal, because the producers aren't going to pay for that.
Kenny, when I first started my career in New York, I started in Tony and Tina's Wedding. It was an off-Broadway show, but it was a great show, and it was an amazing experience because I had my own role, but I understudied 6 of the women. And I had the experience of I would walk into the show every day or night, whatever it was, and the first thing I would do is I would look at the board, and it would say who was playing who. So I never knew until literally an hour before the show who I was going to be that day.
Oh my gosh.
It was scary and exhilarating because it meant I had to know all those roles, all those histories, because that's how it goes, by the history, and it goes, and your staging is by the music. So you're listening and you say, oh, as this character, I have to be in front of the dais right now. I have to be at the bar. I have to start a fight right now. I have to break up, whatever it was. And it was so exciting. And I got to tell you that I really cut my teeth on that show when it came to like just being thrown into the fight. Go, just go. Right. And I loved it. And there was a guy in our show, Glenn Toronto, who used to leave the show every night. I mean, leave to go to the church because we would start at the church, and he'd say, remember, you're working actors in New York.
Yes.
Every night he said it, to the point where everybody was like, yeah, we know. But he was right. Remember, you're working actors. So these understudies that are getting to go on and people that are getting to see them, it's really a big deal.
It really is. And the flip side, and I don't, look, everything goes hand in hand, right? Especially in our city. And I love, this is why I feel like New York is really just one of the greatest cities in the world. No disrespect to any other city.
No.
But, and why I'll never leave. But, so yes, the positive cases are going up. And yes, people should be cautious. And yes, it's serious. You know, it's nothing to shirk at. However, we have done everything right that we're supposed to do for the most part. You know, people are wearing masks, like you said. People are masked up. People are getting vaccinated. And I'm saying this portion, this positive spin, strictly for, and I don't mean people who medically can't get vaccinated, but
right.
people who are vaccinated and did the booster and did the right thing. This variant, we knew it was coming. It's doing exactly what we thought it was going to do. and the symptoms are exactly what we were told they were going to be.
Right, and we're ready for it.
Yeah, we were ready for it because we did the right thing. And the turnaround is crazy to the point to where, and I, again, the answer is just right at the end of your nose. I went to the New York hospital website, and this is the current. Thank you, Leo. This is the current.
It's amazing.
Hospitalizations in ICU, and the total of that are current patients in ICU are in yellow below. Right?
Right.
Now, that's fairly low.
Right.
That's fairly low, and it's nowhere near where it was last year. Now, Leo, if you were to go up, and if you click that little button, new COVID-19 hospital admissions, this is within the past week, 0. Or it was 0.
Now, another thing that's happening that I've been hearing is that people that are ending up in the hospital, well, I just heard it actually today on New York One. There was a doctor that came on. He's a pediatrician, and he said the unvaccinated, it's literally 0. So the people that are in hospitals that are unvaccinated, it's unvaccinated people. And like you said, some people can't get vaccinated. They have other reasons. So the hospitals are dealing with that. But like even kids now, kids are getting vaccinated. I know kids that want to get vaccinated. Like David, speaking of David Foley Jr., his son, little Davey, was so excited. He's adorable. I want to eat him. He's so cute.
I did too. He's so
oh
cute.
My God, I'm crazy about him. He couldn't wait to get vaccinated. And I just thought it was like it showed a picture of himself, and a lot of my friends' kids, Lauren Muffson's daughters, they can't wait to get vaccinated. They want to go back to their lives. They want to be in school with their friends. They want to have fun. And you know what? That is the mentality we need to be putting out there. When we were kids, I mean, I'm much older than you, so we had a lot of, but I'm sure when you were in school too, we were getting vaccines every other day. It felt like it.
I still have my record shots.
Okay. Leo, yes, honey.
I got allergy shots every week.
Yes.
From the age of, 1 to 13. And then when I turned 13, puberty hit and my body all changed, and I had to go back in for every other day for shots. So when I hear about the needle, just so, shut up. Sorry.
I know. You know what's funny? Kids are so much braver than adults, and they're also
been the case.
They're also more matter of fact. Like when I've been teaching lately, they are so cute. They will be the first to say, "Is it okay if we take a mask break?" And usually that's like 40 minutes into a class, like an hour and 15. They don't do it right away. And what we do is we go out onto the porch, and we socially distance, and we take our masks off, and we sit for about 5 minutes, and then they are the first to put it back on and go in. Kids are really so much better at following rules, I think, than most adults.
If they're explained correctly, if they're explained why, and you know, not in scientific terms and everything, but say, you know what, there's something going around. We want to protect each other. Do you want to be protected? Yes. You want to protect your friends?
Right.
Okay, then that's why we wear the mask. And then they're on with it.
They don't complain about it. Leo, no. You work with kids.
But the parent, they don't have, as soon as that, what they think is an informed decision comes down from their above one, then that's when everything changes. But it's like, kids are more resilient.
Right.
They are. And you know, it's, what's the saying? You've got to be carefully taught, right? And it's, yes, you've got to be taught. You know, we can continue to go through this without the fear of shutting down our entire lives, right?
Right.
We just have to be smarter than the average bear. And unfortunately, I want to keep trying to put a positive spin on it. The one negative that I have to say is, because of whatever reasons and whatever people's personal America as a whole, as of probably a month and a half ago, America as a whole was only 51% vaccinated.
I can't believe that.
And that's by choice.
Right.
It's not
That
good.
really makes me sad.
It makes
Because
me
I
sad, too.
think England is 90% vaccinated.
Correct.
Wow.
When Adam and I were in London a couple of months ago, and we were actually shocked because we didn't know the vaccination rate there when we landed. And we went to go see theater, and we were actually shocked that when we were walking to the theaters, there weren't masks being worn because they had reached their herd immunity.
Right.
Which we've been told this from the beginning. If we reached herd immunity, this would not be a thing, but we're
Right.
nowhere near it.
Right.
So I don't know when the mask days are over, but that doesn't mean our lives have to stop, that we can't go to shows, we can't go out, we just have to be vaccinated, be boosted, and wear a mask.
Yeah.
It's just all there is to it. And it's just not going to change until people want to get vaccinated.
Right. And if you do get it, which people are, some people are getting it, a lot of people are getting it, call your doctor, get your Z-Pack, be smart, stay in, sleep a lot, do your zinc, do all the stuff you need to do. And the number one thing I can tell you is do not let it get in your head. Because what it is about this thing is it creeps into your head and can make you very, very sad. So, because it's like, damn it, I did everything right. I got this, I got that. Just, it's we're going to get through it. We're going through it now. It's like driving through a snowstorm. We're driving through it. It's going to stop snowing. We have tires, we have windshield wipers, and we're wide awake.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. That's why, Kenny, I love what you said about, because I didn't think about that. There are so many shows that are open. There are so many things to do. And all the people in Bryant Park today, lots of them came to see shows, and they went to see shows. Some of them got canceled, but they were still out, shopping. They were going out to dinner tonight. They're excited about New Year's Eve. Which, by the way, I want to talk about the piano bars.
Yes, because they're open.
There is a great Facebook page that I belong to called Everything to Do in New York, in NYC. And what it is just a bunch of people that are visiting NYC will type in, hey, where's the best Italian restaurant? What's going on here? And today I saw somebody type in, hey, is there anything to do on New Year's Eve? And a bunch of people were like, no, the city's closed. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? It's not closed. We are open. There's a million things going on. If you are not going to a show, that's fine. But Kenny, what are some of the things that are happening in the city on New Year's Eve?
Well, some of the things that are happening, definitely the piano bars are open. That's definitely, and I will say this, the city was smart. The piano bars and restaurants, we were mandated to require to check for proof of vaccine when the rest of the commerce in New York City was not.
And we had to all be vaccinated.
And
you could not work in these places unless you were vaccinated.
Right. There was a brief moment in time, and I joke about it, it was so true. There was a brief moment in time that the safest place you could be if you wanted to go outside was a piano bar.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were checking everything.
Everything, yes. And same thing with us, like we're constantly getting tested. We're constantly bringing our, to work. I always have my latest test results that I bring to work. I have it in my backpack. And, it's just, we're super safe, but we all had to, you couldn't go back to work in the piano bars unless you were vaccinated. And I love that. It makes me feel safe. So, New Year's Eve, if you're looking for something really fun to do, you have, I know down at Stonewall, Chauncey Dandridge is DJing upstairs. Mm-hmm. He's our friend. He's a sweetheart and an amazing DJ. DJ.
Like one of the best.
One of the best. But he's very humble, so you don't always know unless you're there and you're like, oh my God, he's really good.
Yeah.
So he is DJing at Stonewall on New Year's Eve. The Duplex is right down the street. They're open on New Year's Eve. Marie's Crisis is open on New Year's Eve.
And I'll be playing.
You're playing? Great. Okay, so that's Friday night. If you're uptown, I will be at Brandy's. Yes, on New Year's Eve. Mama's, I'm sure, is open. Don't Tell Mama's on 46th Street. So let's say maybe you even go to a show, and then after the show you want to keep going, you go to Don't Tell Mamas. There's, let's say your show gets canceled. Don't freak out. Go get something to eat. Go to Joe Allen or so, and then go to 46th Street. Look, if nothing else, you're going to have stories to tell about your weekend in New York. Because Kenny, 2 years ago when this whole thing started, you and I were working together in Jersey.
Yes, we were.
Yep, and we were. I thought, oh my God, I have landed. I'm working with Kenney Green on a Saturday night, and we are having so much fun. And then this whole thing started. That was 2 years ago.
It was our last Saturday too.
Yeah,
the world shut down the next day,
and then the world shut down. So, the thing is, we've adjusted. We've learned to live with the changes. But you're right. The piano bars are the place to be if you want to have fun. Don't forget, though, in New York, you got to bring your vaccination. Yes. And you got to bring your ID.
And you don't get in without them. And make sure it's not expired. We had this happen with a couple of patrons, but the New York Excelsior Pass, it expires every couple of months.
Oh, does it?
Yes, if you have it in your phone. So make sure you renew it.
Oh, good to know.
You renew it. And it's easy to read. You just go in and click, do answer a couple of questions. But don't let it expire.
That's a really good piece of information.
Because we won't let you in.
No, we won't. But you know what? I got to tell you, I've really had the most amazing conversations with people working in Bryant Park. I mean, from all over the country and all over the world. And people are still so excited to be in New York. Like these two women were telling me that their husbands were telling them, don't go to New York. New York is dangerous. And they were like, they drove up. They had a great time. They went to see the Rockettes. Their show got canceled. They were very disappointed, but they didn't drive back and go home like their husbands told them. They stayed. They had fun. They went shopping. They went to great restaurants. They went to piano bars. And they said they're both having a wonderful time. And, looking back, we will look at this time in history and say, you know what? I plowed through. I did everything I was supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And we just lifted each other up. We have to keep lifting each other up.
Yes, absolutely. And to anybody who feels this way, and listen, even if it's just a walk around your block, there's nothing more crippling than not only having to live through this and feeling a certain way about it, but to lock yourself in your apartment and to feel that certain way about it. Just get up, get out, walk around the block. If you're in New York City, you don't have to be in a place. You can just walk around and enjoy the city.
And especially now because there's so many beautiful new things. Like the High Line is incredible, and it gets more beautiful every day. Hudson Yards, incredible.
That section over there, yeah.
Oh my God, Central Park is still beautiful. Riverside Park is still beautiful. The museums are incredible. And most museums are very big. So there's plenty of room. Oh, you're getting sad, Leo?
I'm in a New York state of mind.
I know. Leo used to live here. Now he's in California. I know, Leo. Well, you have to come back and visit, Leo, and hang out. And then I'll cook us a feast. You know what else? If you don't want to hang out in the city, look at Nyack. A lot of our friends, Richard Skipper, Bobby Belfry, Russ Woolley, they live in Nyack. It's amazing up there. Maureen's Jazz Cellar is in Nyack. David Budway.
I need to go there.
We should. You want to take a trip? We should go there sometime on Sunday or something.
Absolutely. We'll drive up.
I'd love to. I have a car. You have a car?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I would love to do. Bobby Belfry sings there quite often. There's a lot to do. Also, I want to give a shout out to my friend Peter Iannello. He owns Rick's Cafe American, and that is in Congers, New York, which is very close to Nyack. Richard Skipper also goes there. Beautiful restaurant, huge, amazing Italian food, and also steaks and stuff. But, continue to frequent and support your local small businesses. Right. Go ahead, Leo.
Speaking of, I was just going to ask you, what were you doing in Bryant Park that whole time?
I was working for Terry Ross Jewelry, selling what? Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So Terry Ross, who's our friend, she's been on the show a few times, and that doesn't even show off her great. Like, that's good stuff, but it's been a while since she's created so many new designs now. I bought a bunch for my nieces and my aunt, and every year I buy stuff for my friends, and she creates these amazing things. She uses, like that particular piece right there, the gold one, these pieces, she uses aluminum lots of times, or gold and silver wire. She doesn't use any nickel. Nickel is what turns your skin green. So lots of times if you have cheap jewelry, you don't even know it's bad, or a watch, all of a sudden your skin starts to turn green. You wonder, what the hell happened? And it's because nickel does that, where most of us are allergic to it. But Terry Ross has beautiful things, and I'll be working the last shift there on Thursday. Come by Bryant Park. It's N14. Her stuff is stunning. Kenny, your mom would love the stuff. If she was in town, she would love it. Right?
Okay,
my wife, Donna
yes,
Jack would like it.
She would love it. She was supposed to be in town, but we'll talk about that at another time.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to be there. Thank you, Leo. You're very sweet. So, Kenny, what are you doing these days? I know you're doing a lot, but are you in Atlantic City now?
I am in Atlantic City. Adam and I are having our Christmas vacation.
Okay, good.
It's just for 2 nights. But basically, I'm planning the season for my theater upstate, which is pretty much done. And I'm on Christmas break, and from teaching at the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, I teach there. And we are ready. AMDA, yeah.
AMDA.
We're getting ready to have our seniors graduate next week.
Wow.
So we're prepping for that. For their
Wow.
Is that like one of those fame graduations, like a performance?
Oh yes, definitely. It's a show, baby. They're on stage. They're singing, dancing. There's some acting. They got things to do.
Yep, and Richard Skipper beat me to it. What is the name of the theater that you are doing all this great stuff at?
Oh, it is called the Depot Theater.
The Depot Theater, and where is that?
It is in Westport, New York, in the Adirondacks. We're the only equity theater in the Adirondacks.
Wow.
We're a summer theater looking to expand to go hopefully to like a full year-round situation, but it's in the works. But this is my 4th year. I'm going to my 4th year as the artistic director there.
Oh my God, that's a big deal. And what are some of the shows, Kenny, that we can look, either that you've worked on or can you talk about it?
Yeah, this past season we did The Mountaintop, which was great. We did the revival version of Working with songs added by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh my God.
We did Lady Day in Emerson's Bar and Grill. Oh, there we are. Look, give the
wow. And Anna Anderson was in that with you, right?
Yes, Anna Anderson played Billie Holiday. That was our season.
And wait, wasn't Yvette Clark with you in Mountaintop?
Yvette was in the Mountaintop.
You know how much I love Yvette.
Yes, Yvette
is my girl. I love her.
Yes,
wow.
Curtis Wiley and who was in Ain't Proud right now. They just got their closing this Saturday. We'll be closing in a couple weeks. But
Judy, my girlfriend saw that a few weeks ago. She said it was amazing.
It's an amazing show. Yvette and I saw it in Berkeley before the Broadway transfer. So we've been following its whole transition. It's had a good 2.5 years. You know what? I also have to say this, especially about shows closing. We are very, very spoiled because in the not too far past, shows didn't run for years at a time. They didn't, except until what rolled around.
You are so right, and I'm going to say that it was before Chicago.
I believe you are correct.
Because I remember, because I lived on 45th and 8th. And so I would get very excited. I lived on the 12th floor. And I remember I always looked down. And I could see the Booth Theater and the Golden, and there was another one. And I remember getting excited, but they would switch. It would turn over. Switch. Whatever it was.
And normally the star of that show would go out to the road and do the lead in the road company.
Right.
and follow the show along.
You're right. And then it wasn't until the show Chicago that just started running and running and running and running that you're absolutely right, Kenny. But you know what I am sad about? Waitress, because
I am too.
first of all, I love that show so much.
Right.
The music is beautiful.
It's great. It's a wonderful story.
Yes, it's so heartwarming. And then our friend Matt DeAngelis
Yes,
was
he
back
going
in it.
Yep.
After
I love Matt Angelus.
isn't he the cutest thing?
I love him. I
He's
work
also
with
from
Ellen.
Boston, like me. So we have all that. His dog's name is Fenway. I mean, we have all that Boston connection. So Liz Goldenberg introduced me to him.
He's so
And,
sweet.
Yeah, he's a doll. So, but you know what? Really talented people get other jobs as well. So,
Me
and
too.
is it going on the road?
Well, I think that's another episode for like equity and non-equity. The road company is out right now, but it's out non-equity.
Oh,
So it is out on the road. And selfishly, I'm sort of glad that it closed because now I can put a bid in so my theater can do it.
well,
'Cause I really want to do it. I really want to.
it's a beautiful show, and that would be amazing. Kenny, how far is your theater from the city? Like, if we were to drive out, is it like 3 hours?
Drive up, it's about a 4-hour drive. We're an hour and a half.
Bad.
It's not bad, and it's a beautiful drive. We're an hour and a half south of Montreal, and the theater overlooks Lake Champlain.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
And,
Because-
and also, I should say, the reason why it's called the Depot Theater is the theater is in an actual train depot.
No,
So, yes, we are the last stop on Amtrak before Montreal. So you get off the Amtrak train. If you go to the right, you'll get picked up. And if you go to the left, you'll be at the stage door.
wow, that's incredible. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little more because that would be a nice trip to take
It's
with you. It
beautiful.
would be a nice thing to do. I would like to do the food section of our show. So tonight I have a confession to make because I am a terrible liar. I went to Catholic school. I did not cook our dinner tonight because I was coming from working. I know, Leo. I was running late and I said, what do I really want? I wanted Chinese food. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I just want, and there's a great Chinese food restaurant right near my house.
Not by
I
mine.
did plate it, of course. So what did I order? I ordered hot and spicy shrimp, and then I asked them to put carrots and snow peas in there. And I can't wait to eat this. I love Chinese food. I'm one of those people. I love so that's what I got because I just was running late. And Richard, I know. Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead. Oh, we have to do it together. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Keep
eating.
Thank you, Rena. She's a project manager of our family. So, okay, but I did make the salad. You know I love salad. Romaine, red onion, vipe rind tomatoes, and Kalamata olives. I'm going to put a gremolata olive oil on this and a aceto de Modena, which is a beautiful balsamic vinegar. And I put some oregano on that. Oh my God. I love salad. That's the only reason that I am not 400 pounds because I love salad and I eat it every day. Otherwise, forget it. What did I get for dessert? I live in Washington Heights, which is Little DR,
Oh, I know what that is.
Little Dominican Republic, and I got a tres leches cake, which is delicious. This is going to be my reward tonight. So I did want to tell you what I made. Kenny, when all of this is over, you'll have to come back to the house and I'll cook for you again. Maybe you come with your guide this time. And Yvette. You have to bring Yvette because she'll be upset with me. She likes my cooking. Yvette likes my cooking very much.
Yes, she does. And Adam, yeah. We'll just,
Adam's lovely. He's a lovely. So now what is he doing on New Year's Eve? Is he working as well?
no, Adam will be with me.
Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet.
Maybe.
No, he will be.
That changes.
At least for the midnight. And then,
Yeah.
But New York is really great. And listen, if you're not in New York, you don't have to be. Wherever you are, even if you're just watching TV, let's try to take the Kenney Green road and look at the beauty. And look at our charts, the charts in our life, rather than go to the doom and gloom, which I did today. And I confess it is not my nature to do that. I am a very positive person. But today, it kind of was kicking my ass. And what did I need? A little, as they call it, a God shot. They call it, my friends, we call it a God shot. I got a Kenney Green shot. And I was like, look at what Kenney just posted. We have to look at the shows that are still open. So wherever you are in your little towns or your big cities or wherever you are, let's start looking at how we have come together, how we have really pulled together, how we're not killing each other, because we really could be. We really could be. And take a page out of our younger members' books. These young people that want to get vaccinated, they want to go back to class, they want to go back to sports, they want to be with their friends. Don't you want to be with your friends? I do. So, listen.
We just got to be smart about it now.
That's it. And the boosted, I got to tell you, my friends that have been boosted are having, even if they get it, they're having very, very, very mild symptoms.
Same.
Yeah, if you're not boosted, it's like a flu.
It is more like a flu, but you know what it's not?
What?
It's not the hospital and it's not intubation.
Oh my God.
Because
you're not kidding me. And just when you said that, my heart froze. Think about that. How scary that is. No.
That's what it could have been had we not had these things.
Yeah, and I was talking to my best friend's daughter is a doctor, Dr. Jackie. She's been on the show many times. She's going to be back on. And she goes, look, it's like you have to have your seatbelt on, right? When you drive. You have to have it on. That doesn't mean you're not going to get into a car accident at some point. Hopefully you're a good driver. Somebody could side, but you have your seatbelt on. You have your airbags. Think of it like that. And you know what else? This herd immunity thing, because it does bother me. I am going to try to stay positive, but I want to explain something to you. Not you, Kenny, you know. But if you're out there and you're like, no, not getting it. I'm not getting it. I don't know what's in it. Whatever the hell your story is, okay? Here's what it is. Let's say collectively we are trying to protect our house, right? And there are rodents out there. There are rodents out there. Let's say Corona is the rodent. Whether it's raccoons, squirrels, rats, whatever. So we could build a picket fence and keep them out. And what's happened is that because not everybody is vaccinated, there are spokes missing out of that fence. So you and I could have our spokes up, but there's holes in the fence. So these little pesky rodents, Corona, are getting in. Right. Put your piece of the fence up. Stop being a baby. I know, here's why I get crazy. Just stop. Come on, I know you're nervous about it. Stop being nervous. Get your shots. I'll go with you if you need somebody to hold your hand. I will go with you. And let's start building this fence so we can go back to our lives. Because if London, which Kenny was at, is 91% and we're 50%, come on, man. You know? Is your mother boosted and all that, Kenny?
Oh, yes. I can't keep her off of a plane.
I love her. Donna Jack Wiley, Kenny's mom, she's a hoot. And I'm glad, Kenny. I'm glad that many people have been traveling. My girlfriend travels constantly, for work and for to see her friends. And she and her daughter, they travel quite a bit. And they're friends. Good for them, and they're completely ready to go. They're ready to go out there. So we have let me see how many minutes left. We have about 4 minutes left to our show. Leo, come back, please, and join us. I love when Leo joins us. He's my little sidekick. I got him maybe he's working on something. There he is. Hi, Leo. So
I wasn't working on anything.
Oh, were you eating?
No.
You have to wait till after the show, Leo. Which, by the way, Leo made tamales this week. Leo, how did that go?
Oh, they went really well.
He made tamales for his family.
Yep, I made some for work and I made some for family.
One time, Leo mailed me tamales, and they never got here. They literally never got here, which means some mailman ate the tamales.
I was very happy.
I'm convinced that they were like, oh, no, I'm not dropping it. I'm just going to say got lost in the mail. All right, so what would we like to leave our beautiful audience out there with? A message of hope for the end of the year. What would we like to leave them with? Leo?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Leo, you want to go first, and then we'll have Kenny go?
No, Kenny, you go first.
Okay, Kenny, go first. Still thinking.
A
He's
message of hope for the new year. You know, I say this often, and part of it is from a musical, but I think that it's important, and I think that it gets me through a lot of things sometimes. But anyway, the message is, don't say the word impossible, because impossible things are happening every day.
Wow. I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. Leo, you want to throw something in?
I was just thinking the same thing as working with kids. I like to see through their eyes and just have the fun, the imagination, and by letting them be and having fun and guiding them here and there, you know, in their action and play. But Sondheim, miss you. Careful the things you say. Children will listen.
Beautiful, Kenny. I mean, beautiful, Leo. Okay, so we have come to the end of our show. I want to thank Jim Bell from Arms Radio. I want to thank Leo Rodriguez. I want to thank Kenney Green. Thank you both so much. And I always say this, my friends are the wind in my sails. Stay close to the people that make you feel happy and hopeful. If there are people that drag you down, let them be. Let them fall off of you. Let them fall off of you. You don't have to put them down. Just stay away from them. Negative people will ruin your life. And go towards the positive people. Thank you. We love and appreciate you. Please come back every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Good night, everyone.